definitely doesn't like him. Pittsburgh police definitely doesn't like him. They arrested him many times. And I seen him in Allegheny County Jail when I was there overnight because of this stuff. And there was some guy that was like, do you see anybody here who you think you might make you feel uncomfortable? Because I don't know if they noticed my body language changing, but I didn't see him directly, but I just was looking left and right for some reason. You know what I mean? And it, believe it or not, actually it was like I went in there like around like 9 or 10 p.m. I was in Oakland, and they just walked up to me one day like, yeah, we're here. I'm like, for what? Some 911 stuff. I'm like, are you serious? For 911? Dude, like, all right, I'll guess. So, and then it's like 6 o'clock the next morning, I was out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, you know, right before, when I was getting dressed, I was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, oh, man. I'm like, yeah, that guy right over there. He's over there. So that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter whatever intake it is, it's guys like that that's in there. Like he's gonna be at an intake. He's gonna be at an allegation. I'm a cop. Cops don't belong in intake. I'm a drug and alcohol counselor. I'm 3 years clean of weed. Nah, dog. Like, you know, so that's all. So I mean, you know, but you know, if you want to make a recommendation towards the judge that this is totally a waste of time, you know, I would say so because you know, I see myself helping you guys more than hurting you. Like I'm not gonna stop calling 911 because Pittsburgh's unstable. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna not have money because there's no way that I could take care of myself, my girlfriend that lives in Rhode Island. You know, we're just spades partners. That's all we are. We're not really serious. She might come down here, man. Forget it. It's this stuff. We should be talking about something different. But I get it. But if you just recommend it, what else do you have to ask me?
Well, that's just to add to that, elaborate a little further. That's kind of the part we would play. Is you said something about you know, a judge kind of in between, like you having a team and us supporting you. Support's a big word. Like just being with you through that process, we could, you know, kind of tag team about it.
Yeah, through the court process.
Yeah. You don't have to buy all in.
I totally don't. And like really realistically, I'm not trying to be funny, man. I'm totally not trying to be funny. But I do have to tell you that, like, I don't even know if I have the paper with me, but I totally reported the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to the CIA. Like, for all of this stuff, like, it doesn't matter. Like, judges, like, I reported all of you guys. I totally reported just so they could watch you and make sure that you do your job. So they're definitely watching you all, and they're making sure you do your job. Like, I don't know who they are. I can't recognize them when I see them. They're not like, okay, yeah, so when I come, I'm coming looking like this. Or, you know what I mean? Yo, let me give you an example. It's not even just the CIA. There's this black guy, he's an FBI agent. Like, he works at a branch here in Pittsburgh. I didn't even know who he was. I was standing in front of Stack Burgers one day, just chilling, just watching people, just thinking if maybe I should give a business card to somebody. Because I don't just get every person that passes by here, you take a business card. You take a business card, you take a business card. I observe because I paid $10 for 100 business cards. I'm not going to waste one business card. Not even one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very selective of who I give my business cards away to because it's a waste of money. Like, I don't got money like that. So this guy, you know, I don't know what made me say something to him, but I said something to him, and he was, I think he was actually going to, at first, arrest me, or maybe not, because this is funny how this turned out. You're going to love it. Believe it or not, he's on one of my YouTube channels, a black FBI agent. Listen, it's so funny. So this guy's like, I'm doubting. I'm thinking like he's one of those people like doing it for clout, like people that I do, right? So like, I noticed that he had a firearm. I think that's how the conversation started. And I said, I just asked him like, it's like, you got a license for that? You know, I was just curious because like, I'm not going to like give him a ticket or cite him. I don't have power to do that. But I was just like, cause like, I want to know. Cause like, depending on how you react, you might be just like somebody that's unstable. Cause I see people with firearms in the most obscure places, Oakland, and they're definitely not like, I can't stop them, but some of them are probably in jail already. That guy obviously he works for the FBI, so he's like he's good enough to do it. But like I had to ask him, and he was like, yo. He says, yeah. And you know what else? I work for the FBI, son. Like he pulled out his FBI badge, and he showed me, and like he like his whole like poise changed. Like he went from just like casual. You know what I mean? Because he was walking around looking like one of the guys from Onyx. Like I thought he was like, just some guy like from the hood. Like I don't care if you have a license. I don't care if you're from the hood. I just want to know like if I just like do something to offend you, are you gonna be like the guy from in front of Verizon? He's just like, yeah, I do have a license, but I'm working for the FBI, son. And he just slashed it on me. He's like, you see this? You see this? And he's talking like me, and I'm not used to like FBI. I'm used to them talking like you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get it because I have a draw too. So I can talk proper and brisk and then just go into my slur and talk like I normally talk. But, he was just like, but look at it. And he wasn't like putting it in my face, but he was letting me know that his job is not to just have it up in the air like me with my power drill in the air. Like, hey, man, I'm sure, you know what I mean? He was just, I got to put this away soon. So, I was like examining. I was like, yeah, that does look pretty Washington, D.C. oriented. I see the little, the symbolic logic to it. And I was like, all right. So, yeah. And then he just starts talking. He's like, but yo, you know what? I got something else to tell you. I'm glad I just checked your responses. You know what I mean? But we've been watching you for a while. And I didn't feel annoyed. He's like, we're proud of you up there where we're at or wherever we're at. He said that, you know what I mean? His team, because, like this is an FBI agent that works in the Pittsburgh. He's totally black. He totally looks like Sticky Fingers from Onyx. Real, I'm like, yo, I was going to say that too until he showed me that. I was like, yo, Sticky, is that you? Let me get a record deal, man. That's not you, Sticky. All right, my bad, Mr. Officer. But no, I didn't mean that. You don't have anything against Sticky, do you? No. It's just his fingers. No, but anyway. So he's just sitting there. He's like, I was like, holy cow. Because, I wasn't, doing anything bad. But it's just, I didn't know what to expect because, you might get a Menace to Society cop. Or wait, not Menace to Society. You guys ever see Boys in the Hood?
Yes.
Where the guy's like, yeah, I'm sorry I showed up too late. You know the line.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, if I would have showed up on time, it would have been one less N-word. He didn't have that, grudge against or a need to stay way ahead. So he was just like, but we've been watching you and we're proud of you. Keep doing your thing. I'm like, all right, man, cool. And then, out of the blue, he pulled out $10. And he gave me 10. He's like, yo, man, get yourself something to eat. He's like, do you want something? I could get you something to eat or a soda or something. I'm like, a soda would be nice. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I sounded kind of like I did with you. Like, yeah, man, give me that tea right now. But I didn't, it's just thirsty. You know what I mean? I'm thirsty. I'm not trying to be like, yo, man, yeah, you owe me 2 more milks too.
I didn't get that impression from you.
Just tired, that's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, he hooked me up and he was just like, so that's I like that kind of encouragement. You know what I mean? Seeing, not just somebody of my color, still in this day when you think chivalry died in the form of a black man, or people that understand black people, or just young people in general. But, I get it. But what else you got to ask me?
Yeah, well, I can just tell you a little bit about, the program and, who else is on the team, just, and, what the judge recommended. So she recommended we meet with you, obviously, which is why we're here. And then, so we have, we work with people who have, low-level charges, like you were mentioning, just the 911 thing, nothing like what some of the more serious, it's okay, stuff is. So we'll see people who are in the community. We see some people who are incarcerated too, if they do have lower charges, but they are still in jail, and we work with getting them out of jail and into the community. But we have case management services, we have a therapist, we have a peer support specialist.
I'm cool with mine. I feel like Anita is a good.
Is that a therapist?
Well, she's a doctor,
Oh, okay.
but she contingently can play both roles.
Yeah.
it just depends if the one guy, I forget what his name is, he sometimes I guess he's backed up,
Okay.
so he's not there all the time. But also for people like me, I tend to like to have either a female and a guy present, or just a female. Not so I could like size them up and just whisper some Hannibal Lecter to them real quick, but I just like it's guys like Octavius. I mean, you cool and shit. You know what I mean? As long as you don't tell me to start doing some push-ups.
I'd probably do something with you.
Yeah, no, it's cool. But no, it's just cool. It's just I don't know, man. But no. Like if we meet like Zoom or anything like that'd be cool. Like I don't mind coming here to Oxford. One place, is that what this place is called?
Yeah, one Oxford. Yeah. One, yeah, it's one of those.
Are you guys a part of the Diddy conglomerate? Do you know that One Nation is Live Nation? It's like the same thing, like Live Nation and One Nation. It's Diddy. It's where Diddy's studio was. It's called like Diddy's house is called Live Nation. Well, the building is called Live Nation, but Diddy's house is a studio that was one room in that building. And I used to shoot videos, and I didn't even know that it was in that building. But I filmed videos
We have no ties to
in that building. Are you sure?
No, it's true.
I don't know. Is that oil or is that ethos? No, but that's. I just had to say that because I've never been in this building before. What else is in this building?
I don't. Is it a hotel upstairs? There's like
Business
Starbucks
offices
and
upstairs.
food.
That's all the U.S. Postal Services.
No, I mean, because if DoorDash doesn't work out, I'm thinking of a janitor job for real. Like probably like maybe the hospital, maybe just any hotel. Somebody was like, "Yo, janitors, you could work and you could still get your check, and it helps." You know what I mean? Because they don't make you work more than what you can't do.
Right.
But as far as coming to this building, I'm not trying to cut you off. What you saying?
No, I was thinking you seem like somebody who can handle more than one job.
Yeah, just not right now.
Yeah.
Like I can, but not
Yeah.
right now. As long as it's not too brainy or not too like physically demanding. Like the only reason why I carry all this stuff around is it not just because I have to do my laundry. I film videos, so I film a lot of I started a drama club, so I change outfits for my documentaries and my movies. I also rap, so it's really boring to see a rap video where the guy's wearing the same outfit all the time.
Yeah.
So-
Change it up, yeah.
Yeah, so if I change the outfit, even though you can see the dingy and the wrinkle, I just throw on some effects and it just looks like I'm pressed like you and you
See
and
it,
yeah. So it's just a way to spice it up so my videos don't look cheesy.
Yeah.
So I carry it around. Somebody was like, "Yo, you know what, man? If you just do this, it'll save you time instead of waiting on people that aren't gonna show unless you give them money." So I don't have money for all that.
Yeah.
But I do have a license, and one of these days, I'm gonna get a U-Haul van or one of these places where I rent a storage unit once I get caught up with all of them. Some of them I'm not caught up with them, but most of them I'm ahead. But and just find some people that don't mind holding cameras for me and helping me carry my bags. I just don't know, you know what I mean? Because one minute I'm just like you guys, you know what I mean? Like one minute somebody looks I'm not saying you're there where I'm at, but I'm pretty sure you guys have eyes, you know what I mean? Or you got friends, people hear things. So, that's all. Yeah, once I get to know, then I don't mind people lightening my load. It's the same people that's in Southside, Smithfield. They go to Oakland too, so they could dress up like they're a student. They could dress up like their initiative is actually the perseverance initiative. Like you're gonna cross through the threshold. Like you actually I know you're not just like a poster child.
Right.
Like you do what you say you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's people that dress like they go to Pitt and they're just there to watch the students so they can know who the softest one is and bring them down. You know what I mean? Not arrest them, take them off of their pedestal. Now you're not a student anymore. You're in the gutter and you're just a mule for somebody. So I'm not trying to be blind to that. So I prefer to do everything by myself until I see who really is interested in school or whatever I'm trying to do, and not people that are just they'll help me but the whole time they're just trying to get down my stat. So I asked them to go do a job, and they chop me up in the woods whenever we're supposed to be chopping wood for somebody who has a fireplace. Or I take them to my storage unit. Hey man, can you help me clean? Help me put these clothes in totes, or help me do my laundry. And people are ridiculous. They'll start a fight in a storage unit, so the police come, and then I don't even get to lock my storage unit because I forget where my keys are at. They're in the middle of my clothes. So it happens that quick with these narcissist extremists. You know what I'm saying? I'm solid. That's it. You know what I mean? I just, whenever I figure out who's who, I'll know. And I got a good idea. It's just not yet. Like, it's never going to be any of these people that's going to give problems to me, or a law student that's pursuing what I'm doing. And at first, I knew these are just missing people. But somebody like that's more experienced than me, more ahead of me, they told me, it's just like, dude, it's don't get gassed. Like, you're the same person that you were in these other cities. Hate is hate is hate is hate is hate is hate. Jealousy is jealousy. Envy is envy. People that are desperate, if they're like that, they're like that for for whatever. If you would have made it in anything else, like you get a nice car, all it is just material things. So it doesn't matter what it is. People are going to try to get you if you have something. So just look at it like this. It's never going to be these big time fugitives, wanted for $1 trillion or whatever. It's going to be somebody that sees the fact that it's the community has trust for somebody who is hanging up pictures of bad guys. Because this could be your kid, this could be my kid, this could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? So that intimidates guys for some reason, because they're insane. They really are. Like, I could be jealous. I can be envious. You know what I mean? But you're not gonna see it now. You're gonna see it whenever my girlfriend comes down, or if I get in a relationship with somebody here. You know what I mean? And then there's some guy that makes me jealous. But I feel really, really confident in my ability to detach and give a woman space, because being out of a relationship for as long as I've been, and you got to understand what I mean. Like, the chick that I'm dating right now, I met her on the internet. I didn't meet her like I met you guys. Like, oh, hey, how you doing? Yo, you want a cup of coffee? You know what I'm saying? And chill, and first date, hug, and then all of a sudden we're together and lasting. Nah, we never met at all. We're just spades partners. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting to know each other. But, it's looking like we would be like compatible as far as roommates, and just keeping ourselves, aware of our surroundings, and, food in the fridge, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, guys, that's all. So that's all. It's nothing really huge. It's just that, you know what I mean? No matter what, not guys in general, but people that can't take rejection, or just the ability to have to wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pandemic caused a lot of people to do what they're not used to doing, which is wait. And I'm not even talking about for a paycheck, or stimulus, or whatever isn't going to come anymore. It's a female to be a female. You know what I mean? Just to be celibate. Because, again, like, I'm not out here having sex with people. Like, you can't have sex with somebody when they're in Rhode Island. Like, I don't have sex with anybody at all. I don't have sex. I've probably been on a fling, like, once or twice. Whatever. A couple times, like, on the fly. Like, I'm coming back from Southside on my way to Oakland. Hey, what are you doing? Nothing really. You don't need to ask me nothing really stupid like that. Please don't give me an indecent proposal. If you want to go on a date, no problem. I can't afford a hotel. Do you know anybody somewhere where we could go on a date? Yeah, sure. So, like powwow, rendezvous, fling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've had like 1 or 2 flings, right? But this is not like some fling where I go looking for it. Like, because this is what my life is about.